Hello and welcome to Investors Hangout. This weekly interaction to help you learn and understand savings and investment issues is brought to you by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund and Value Research. Now, FIRE, financial independence, retire early. That's a concept that's catching up fast and a lot of people aspire to do that, retire early. But have you ever given a thought, how is it even sustainable to retire early and how much do you need to sustain that retired life? That's what we'll talk about today with Dhirendra Kumar. Welcome, Dhirendra.
Thank you.
So first of all, what is this concept of FIRE and do you believe in it?
No, I believe in it. Financial independence, nobody can actually even think about not believing in it.
Mm-hmm. The later part of it is what?
The later part of it, maybe, once you are grown up a little bit, maybe at a young age you think that, okay, if you don't have to work, then it's a good thing. Maybe after you have worked for a couple of years and maybe if you are forced to take a break, then you will realize that how privileged you are to be in a position to continue working.
Right.
Because not being able to work is also a very painful experience. And I would say that, okay, if you have aspirations what to do with your time, if you retire early, then it's fine. But if you don't have a concrete plan, backed by money, for the phase of retirement when you want to really enjoy your freedom, then it will actually be, you will be on fire. That is financial independence, no doubt about it. In fact, financial independence is going to be challenging. And retire early might also become a little challenging. I'll tell you why. Financial independence everybody should have. And you have to you have to save and make your money work harder so that for the period when you will not work, it can take care of you.
Right.
And because you are going to live longer, and because many of the costs that will crop up cannot be anticipated, you need margin of error, margin of safety, because and it heavily depends on your health condition.
Right.
So there are so many ponderables, there are so many unknowns that you better be prepared. I would say that it's good to aspire. It is also good to aspire for FIRE, financial independence and retire early. But be flexible about your retire early bit. If you don't have to retire early, or if you are unable to retire early, or if you don't think you have enough to retire early, you can carry on. But financial independence everybody should aspire for, and the way to achieve it is very straightforward, which is start early and be at it, make your money work harder.
All right, so you spoke about the risk bit, the challenges that one must consider, but what should one do to pursue financial independence and retire early? And also, how to determine how much would you need after you retire?
That is something which is very difficult to anticipate, that how much do you need after you retire, because it entirely depends on your situation, your circumstances, your inheritance, your scale of savings. If I'm earning 15,000 rupees and I'm able to save barely anything, it might, the future looks very difficult to, visualize. But how your career progresses, how you are able to do, how you are able to supplement it with the education, how uncertain your career is. There are just too many things. I think all that we can control, I think we should be reminded of this, that just do your job well. Keep saving, keep investing, make your money productive. And if you are able to form these habits, you will be financially independent. And if you are not faced with any accident, then you can retire early. And if you are able to find a meaningful way of spending your time, retire early. But the way to do it is very simple. Fall in habit of saving. Make that investment in equity. And keep increasing it. And start with your saving first, then start spending maybe. Do your budgeting. And there are two ways of doing it. One is that you spend your money, whatever you're left with, invest. The other one is be very rigid with your budget. You think that you earn 15,000 rupees or you earn 1,00,000 rupees and you have to save 45,000 rupees. Then you put your 45,000 rupees and somehow make it happen in the remaining money.
Right.
That I think is more likely to work, and that is all that you have in your control. And in 10, 15, 20 years time frame, everything else plays out. If you look at the long-term return of the small cap fund or the Sensex or the mid cap or the multi-cap, it will be ranging between anywhere between 14% to 22%. 14 year to 22%, I'll be happy with both end. If I get the least of it, which is 14%, I'll be happy because that is much more than what I will get in a bank deposit.
Right.
And it will be far more tax efficient. And if I get 20, nothing like it.
So if one is planning to, retire early, what are the prerequisites that one must keep in mind? Like what all things need to be in place before you even, start planning about it?
The decision to retire early should heavily depend on your financial situation and also the other part, that you have a meaningful way of spending your time.
Right.
Financial situation, I would like to err on the side of caution. Assuming that, you don't have any big expenses and, you don't have to take care of your child's education, it's all sorted out, then I think, a conservative way of dealing with it will be, something like whatever is your consumption requirement, assuming a lakh of rupees or 50,000 rupees, multiply it with 1.5 just to be on the safe, have the margin of safety, and multiply with 12.
Okay.
So that is your annual requirement, and multiply it with 25. So that if you start withdrawing 4% of that, you will not be out of pocket. So 1.5 into 12 into 25 is the capital that you require.
Then the risks that you spoke about, how to mitigate those risks?
The only way to mitigate the financial risk, or which is the deficit in the capital that you need to retire safely and comfortably and with confidence, is to have margin of safety. Make sure that you have essentials in place, because ensuring that you are able to retain your dignity when you retire with financial independence is critical. If you don't have, better keep working.
All right, so that's all about FIRE. Hope that will help you make your decision. Now we have a viewer's question that we would like to take up. Manoj Suri asks, should we do SWP from the same fund we did SIP in, or transfer our money to hybrid fund and then do SWP?
I really don't have a very clear answer, but it will be entirely based on what is the scale of SWP. Assuming that you have done your SIP in one fund, accumulated all your life, and it is in one fund, and you are going to depend on that income for with your SWP, and that is only 1.5% of it, then let it be. Then, because you have seen the ups and downs of it, and you understand that in the interim it can go down. But if that withdrawal rate that you need from your capital, if it is going to be 9%, then you have to move to so this is actually a paradox. If you are heavily dependent on that income by way of SWP from your capital accumulation, then you have to switch to a more conservative vehicle. If you are less dependent, you have the margin of safety, then you can well remain there in a very growth-oriented vehicle. So this is the principle which I'll follow.
All right, then hope that answers your question, Manoj. Keep watching this space for more information. If you like the show, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye for now.